The Gambia Immigration Department on August 3, 2025 in Tanje disclosed a series of interceptions from various coastal towns in the West Coast region and North Bank region, reaffirming its commitment to tackling irregular migration and strengthening national security. However, officials admitted that the lack of comprehensive laws on trafficking in persons continues to hinder effective prosecutions of offenders. During a press briefing, Inspector Simon Lowe highlighted the impact of absence of national legislation criminalizing irregular migration, noting that it remains a major enforcement challenge.
So what we have realized is because of the fact that the laws are not there, now it becomes a business venture for most of them. They will take payments, take the money with them and disappear while they leave the migrants harbored somewhere until we're able to intercept most of the cases. So in as much as we understand that there's a challenge, our efforts can only be that much positive when the law is able to give us the backing to be able to prosecute them and then find them on very genuine grounds in most cases.
The Gambia Immigration Public Relations Officer also provided an overview of recent interceptions of the irregular migrants across several coastal towns, outlining the department's ongoing operations and interventions.
Now overall, from the 26th of July down to today, September on the 2nd, GID was able to have 14 interceptions in less than 2 months. 14 interceptions. Now, out of these 14 altogether, we have 551 migrants who are intercepted from the 26th of July down to the 31st of August alone. By gender aggregation, we realized that the male migrants were 447 of them were all male, and 104 were female amongst them. And when we look at the aggregations of their nationalities, we realize that out of these 447 migrants, we only had 87 of them that were Gambians, 305 of them were Senegalese nationals, 127 were Guinean nationals, and 30 fall under other nationalities within the Gambia as well. Now, these numbers will indicate to you that the greatest chunk of those using the Gambia as a transit are non-Gambians. It includes Senegalese, Guineans, and other nationalities. Now, overall, in 2025, we had 36 interceptions. 36 interceptions. Now, out of these 36, the numbers that had been intercepted are 1,343 migrants were intercepted. From just 6 to 8 months, we have this number of migrants. Now, by gender aggregation, we have 1,111 migrants who are male and 232 who are female. Now, what is again more shocking is the numbers based on nationalities. Gambians, out of 1,343, we only have 298 Gambians in the entire cases. Senegalese, we have 583 migrants amongst them. Guineans, we had 368, and other nationalities, we have 94.
Inspector Lowe further urged citizens to recognize the efforts to combat irregular migration are not in vain, stressing the department's commitment to saving lives and protecting communities.
We wish to remind Gambians that our efforts are not going in futility, that we're able to save an amount of 1,000 lives just within a course of 6 to 7 months. And if these efforts are being made, we are to keep families together. We are to avoid keeping families broken because they will lose 1 or 2 of their children. And we also want to make sure that Gambians find that freedom to be able to live within the country without being in any kinds of fear or favor. And that is why we want to call on you to support our strive to curb irregular migration. To notice that it is not in our best interest to find Gambians dying within the sea, that we have to put our efforts together. The law enforcement base have to be together with villages and everybody, put our hands on deck and support the strive to curb irregular migration. With these efforts, we believe we can maintain our country's security and curb the menace that continues to take life away in the deep seas of the Atlantic Ocean.
Irregular migration remains a global concern, with thousands of deaths and disappearances reported each year as migrants attempt perilous sea journey in search of better opportunities. The Gambia, like many coastal countries, continues to serve as key transit point for migrants smuggling to Europe. Officials emphasize that only through stronger enforcement, joint efforts, and creation of sustainable job opportunities can the root cause irregular migration be addressed. Reporting for Voice Out Digital, I am Ismail.